of all, a lot of people say use Loctite on these so they don't come off. Well, I don't want to use Loctite on this because I may want to take it off and put it on this side. What I do is when I pull it out of the water every few times, I just check to see that it's still tight, and it has never come loose. So as long as you check it all the time, you don't have to use Loctite, I don't believe. Also, you should use some sort of eye protection. I always have sunglasses on anyways. It's really only for splashing water. Not necessarily when you throw the magnet in, but when your hand's on the rope and the rope is wet, you can get a lot of spray up from that. And plan on getting wet. Don't dress up when you do this hobby. You need to wear stuff you'll know you'll get sediment on, or water, get a little wet. So just keep that in mind. Instead of using this connector on here, I put it on the other end of the rope so I can tie this off. And I'll show you a tip on that, on tying it off while you're throwing your magnet in. So another good tip to do when you're magnet fishing is tie off your other end of your line so you don't lose it. If you're on a dock, this is a good place to do it. These tie-offs here are good places. Another thing I like to do, as far as my bucket, I like to use this bucket because I can lay smaller things off to the side here at the same time throwing the bigger things in here. Another tip is, when you're done, always wash this out. You don't want it smelling like lake water and stinking everything up. So wash this out when you're done. And take your rope. Also take your rope and do something like this so it doesn't get tangled. It's nice not to have to untangle your rope every single time. What I think I might do though is get one of those extension cord things to wrap this around. And also, another tip is dry your rope out. Don't let it sit somewhere where it's going to stay damp. Also, I think I said this before, when you're going off of docks or bridges, you probably should beware of the metal, because if this gets caught on the bridge or the dock where there's metal, it will be very hard to get it off, especially if it's really down low where you can't reach it. I've already experienced that. Also, wear good gloves. These gloves came with it, and they are good for getting all the sediment, anything off that's stuck. It will protect you, because sometimes there's sharp things, like I said, those hooks. Sometimes you don't see those hooks when it's in amongst all the sediment. You can't see the hooks on there, so wear gloves. And lastly, buy a good magnet and a good rope, because if you don't, you'll be disappointed. This was under $40. If you get a weaker magnet, you'll probably be disappointed that you couldn't bring something up from the bottom. This is 1,100 pounds. That's 550 pounds on each side. Also, you may choose from time to time or every time, to wash your rope, rinse it off, and rinse and wash your gloves and let them dry.